Hi, my name is Rachel. Welcome to my channel, Learning with Boys. It's that time of year again, Christmas. Time to think about all those things that we always enjoy, special memories we like to make. So that's what I want to talk about, is just some things that we do every year, and when I think about them, there's a lot of sweet memories. One of the first things, of course, when we're talking about Christmas, we will think about the Christmas story. And that's usually always what was on the priority list with my boys as a mama who homeschools. And the way we did that is we actually would just do the Christmas story. We would use the Abeka flashcards. We used Abeka the first year we homeschooled, so I was a little bit familiar with those, and also with teaching other things with children. We have quite a bit of the flashcards that I like to keep on hand just in case. But this is something we could always pull out during this time of the year, and also we could follow up because we also have all the rest of the stories of Jesus Christ. So, but this would be like the teacher's guide, and it would have all the, what to say. I mean, the Christmas story, you probably would be able to show the pictures in general and show them, but it would really just start out about how, why we needed a Savior because of our sin and why Jesus came. I'm just showing you just a few. The angel came to Mary. Mary went to her cousin Elizabeth. Mary and Joseph. The wise men. The star. And they came to see Jesus. And it even talks about when they had to flee to Egypt for a while with Jesus. And there's many other flashcards about the whole story there in Luke chapter 2. And also, that brings me to the next thing that we usually did with our boys is they get started in K4, K5, memorizing the Christmas story from Luke chapter 2. And that's what they would usually do, and we could review it the next year. And as they got older, they thought it was neat to share it with their brother who was younger, and so on. So, that's just something you could do as a family, even each night, just to go over it. So we always enjoyed. Another thing we would do besides the Christmas story in the book of Luke, which also with Luke chapter 2, that was something that we would always read on Christmas Day. And the boys still, even to this day, will take turns every year deciding who will get to read it that year. But we would do Christmas cards, of course, whether it be just regular Christmas cards or whether it would be the picture ones. But they could help with, even if they they could write their own address, and they could do that part of it to help mama, or we could sign some names, or if it was somebody they knew, they could draw a picture or something. And we could have special treats that evening, or hot chocolate, or just something fun. We also have a Christmas parade in our area. I'm sure most towns do. And we usually would try to do that. That was usually on a Saturday evening, which sort of made it fun. It wasn't a day one, it was an evening one. I don't know, I thought that was sort of fun because all the lights and that kind of thing. So another thing that we would do is some type of craft usually. We would do cookies. We usually do our Christmas cookies and let the boys decorate and make the mess. You know how that is. But when they were younger, we would I did make ornaments, like probably the little reindeer with the red nose, or the bell necklaces or something. I did stuff like that, but then I found out they had like kits already put together, and for me, I was more likely to get it done. And I found these. There was a whole bunch of different ones. I should have grabbed them all because there's a different one for each one of my boys. And you would just glue it all together and tie it up and then write the year on it and the date. And then they put their picture in it. And they also made it was quite a few of them, and they could make them for their grandparents. So that was something fun, I remember. And of course they're on the tree, so it's something I get to remember each year. So, and there was also ones that you could just buy the kits for just the regular ornaments. There's one like that. There's a snowflake one. One of these I think they actually did in their Sunday school class, but I just thought it was such a good idea. So, and just taking the time, young ones, they just want to make something and hang it on the tree. Doesn't have to be a perfection thing. Now, if they're a little bit older, I actually made these when my boys, I think I was expecting my third one, and they're just, they had their Ram and John Deere, and I found this material and I just sort of like patted it like a little quilt, and then the ribbon actually came untied, but they could hang it, and I made one for each of them. And I actually, my oldest at the time was in K4, and he actually we made one for his teacher. So, and she actually still has it. So then here is something, their piano teacher, her daughter made them for the students, and I thought it was so pretty. It's just, I mean, it's simple. It's just a clear ornament with a name and a bow, but I love it, and I have one for two of my boys played piano last year. So I was just thinking, if you have older ones, especially, girls, they might enjoy something like that. And we've done a lot with clear bulbs. I mean, you can fill them with paint, you can fill them with all kinds of things. Get creative, especially if you have some creative kids that want to do something with that. And this one also, I mean, this is just, you could probably buy chalk shaped ornaments and then write on them and put a bow on them. That's simple, but it would be fun to make for others. Maybe not just your tree, but to make for others. And then I have this one. My boys were into paracord for quite a few years with the bracelets. They would make keychains, all kinds of stuff. And my oldest made this little Christmas tree. And I love it. I love pulling it out every year and just be reminded of the thing they used to do a lot of. So, and there are others, and that's just a few ideas. It doesn't have to be something difficult. It could just be a piece of paper that you print off ornaments and cut out, and depending on their age, and just glue some things on there and put a bow on it, and that would be the ornament for that year. There's books that we would have on hand, and there's movies. I could not find the book for this movie that we also have, and that was The Candy Cane, and that's one of my favorite stories, of course, outside the actual Christmas story of Jesus. But I always enjoyed that, and there's a book, originally a book, and they made a movie out of it. And of course, this is probably more my childhood memory, and that's A Charlie Brown's Christmas, but my boys would always watch it. I think they are probably almost to the point where they don't need to watch, they're like a little over it, but mommy could still watch it. I don't know why, but I do enjoy that one. This is The Crippled Lamb, and this is a book made into a movie by Max Lucado, and we always enjoy that one too. So, and some of the books that we've done, oh, here's a couple more movies. Let me show you finish those. Oh, these are some that I got from the library, and just because it's that time of season, we watch Mickey's Christmas Carol. Always have to have Mickey and Pluto around Christmas. Little House on the Prairie. I think this is ours. I think I pulled this because this is ours, because I'm pretty sure they have the whole Christmas story when they're first. This is actually the movie. This isn't part of the shows. This is a full movie, and when they go to Kansas, and it has a Christmas period in there. So now my older boys would probably not watch this now, but they watched it when they were little. And then this is a good movie, and we might all just watch this again. It's Hans Brinker, and he is, I'm trying to think what year this is. It's a Disney movie, actually, and I actually have the book, so, but he is in Holland and his dad is very ill, and he ends up doing an ice skating competition, I think, to earn money. I'm trying to remember it. It's been a little while, so I got this one at the library. I think that's where I originally even heard of it, was from the library. So, and we did get, this is audio, The Long Winter, the Laura Ingalls. My 9-year-old, he likes to build Legos and listen to audiobooks. Okay, I shared some movies, audiobooks, of course the books like The Candy Cane. You can get that in a book form, which I'm hoping to find that one, because that is one of my favorite books. I love the pictures and looking through that. But of course, The Christmas Carol is a book that we don't do this every year. This is not a tradition, But I remember a few years ago, I think my oldest was like in 9th or 10th, we did it like as a book study. And for my younger ones, we all just did it together. And I printed off Confession of a Homeschooler. She has a lot of book studies that you do purchase them. They're not very expensive, but then you can print off and almost make like a notebook. And for the younger kids, it just gave them something to do while we were reading the book. So now this is not, of course, the original. This is the Great Illustrated Classic. But I thought I might just try to pull this out and read it this year. Now, my 9-year-old, this is what he is looking forward to because he has not heard this book, Snow Treasure, A Story of Courage and Adventure. But he is very excited. It is about some children, I'm trying to remember the country, the Norwegian area. And the children, I think it's a shipment of gold that comes in, and the Nazis invade, and they're trying to make sure the Nazis don't find out. It is based on a true story, according to the beginning of this. And they use their sleds to hide. And so it's a very good story. I've read it a couple times to my other boys. So I'm looking forward to reading it again because I don't remember everything. It's been a little while, but I thought he will enjoy this sort of, during the Christmas month of December, we are a little bit more relaxed. Now, it's different because when you have high schoolers, you can be relaxed, but not too relaxed because they do want to get it done. And they could take time off. There's a lot of people that homeschool year round, but my boys look forward to their summer break. They do camps. Of course, as they got older, they worked. So they would just like to be done by a certain time. So that's why we're not as relaxed with the high schoolers, but with my 9-year-old, I'm not going to be as stressed about what we get done because it will get done, even if it's the next year. So, and these are some other books that I just picked up from the library. Let's see. This looked like a fun one, and it was probably more for me, my 2 grandmothers, and I was just curious what it was about. And it is more of a city and a country grandma, and I feel like that was sort of something that I grew up with. So, and then All of a Kind Family Hanukkah. I have not read this, so, but it looked really good. I'm excited about reading it. So, and me, for him, will enjoy that. And then this looked like a little bit of history, 8 stories of Hanukkah through history. So I thought that would be interesting. And then, of course, he loves cowboys, A Cowboy Christmas. I seen this at the library. And he may even read this one himself. So, but I wanted to share all that with you, and I hope you get some time to enjoy doing some of those things, reading, and sometimes even if it is a movie, because sometimes mama just needs to sit down, and that's okay as long as it's, you all enjoy it as a family. And I remember, especially when the kids were younger, sometimes that if it's all something you enjoy, it's okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.